It's Christmas time, and the bullies are all tucked in and fair. And underneath the Christmas tree, there is a package sent from England with care. Okay, let's turn that down before we get a copyright strike. Welcome to the winter edition of Raceboat Life, where raceboat life never ends. And with my budget, it has to be that way, because I can't afford just to go out and write checks in August for everything that I wanted over the summer. So we are in December, middle of December here, and I do believe this will be our 75th episode, which is kind of a hallmark for me. So let's get you caught up here. As you can see, I've got a stack of tires. Of course, those are for the Raceboat, brand new. Trans Eagles. Got 4 of these guys ready to go. I did a little research online. They came up with some good reputations. These, instead of the D ratings that are on the trailer now for the Raceboat, these are actually E ratings. They were at the top end of the D or be at the bottom end of the E, and I decided I'd rather be at the bottom end of the E than the top end of the D. So we've got 4 tires ready to go. They just need to be mounted and then put back on the trailer, of course, but that'll come on warmer days. I've also started to stock up on a whole crap load of demolder, which is becoming almost worth its weight in gold in these days. Got a couple gallons there, got some more up here on a shelf. I'm telling you, last spring I couldn't find an ounce of this stuff anywhere, and that's why I had so many mold problems. Usually I just spray it down with some Zep, which I love that Zep. This is a kind of an industrial version that I acquired, let's just say that. And at least I'm going to have plenty of it. And then I even have my sprayer out here. I'm not even playing around this year. I'm just going to fill that thing up, pump it up, go up underneath the bow, and just start saturating everything down. We'll start a season out with mold-free and smelling like chlorine. On top of that, we've gone ahead and we're starting to stack up on some oil for oil changes, of course. Like I said, I got to build up on all this stuff, and during this times that we're having here, trips to the depot and such, where I usually pick up a gallon or 2 at a time, have been few and far between. So just building up any stock is really a good thing to me. But we all know why we're here. We're for this little package. This is exciting. I've been looking for this thing for about, I don't know, 6-7 years now. Ever since I got the K-Kiefer 482 motor. I really wanted this, and I just never could find it. And the one I did find, the guy wanted more than I actually had in the motor building it for it. I don't understand why, but it'll be self-explanatory in a second when I'm talking about. Alright, here we are, lifers. This has been a dream of mine for about 6-7 years, whatever it's been, maybe 8, who knows. But we have a winner's intake made in 1969. It is a 396-3647 for a 427 tall block. Aluminum intake, factory GM. All the way down to the firing order. Here's the little winner's tag down there. Same as this one over here, which is original to the K-Kiefer 482 that I have in the Raceboat now. So this should make it about as original as possible, and probably will help out a little bit with idling and that kind of thing, being it's a dual plane intake, and I have single plane high rises, because that's the only thing you can really get in a 427 tall block. So that's why these are so extremely rare, and to have 2 of them, that's like 2 bricks of gold sitting there for me. Now this guy here has seen better days, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. I mean, is what it is, but it's nothing that can't be fixed. This one here, the original, was actually ported and polished by Crane, the cam company. They used to do that back in the day. All the intake, the heads, all that stuff were ported and polished by Crane. So I kind of did the same thing, but this one here has not been. It has absolutely nothing's been done to these, including a little schmegma there. So I'm going to have to get this cleaned up, get all this loose. I think it's almost a powder coat or something on it, but we'll strip it. And then I'm going to have to port it, probably just to the gaskets, because, you know, why go any more than that anyway, unless you're doing drag stripping and all that good stuff. But in a boat, it's really not going to make that big of a difference, but it will help it breathe better by porting it. And I'm just really happy. Really happy. Just a quick couple observations. Actually, this one was made on July 11th, 1969, and this one was made on July 14th, 1969, so they were all done on the same run. They both have the same kind of silly numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's kind of the same thing across here, so I guess that's just to the run. I have noticed on my original that they did a little welding over here. I'm not sure why, because that's not actually drilled through, but maybe this one was for some reason. And they also closed up this choke port across here. And as you can see on this one, it's open, so I'm going to have to close these up. I mean, maybe in a truck or something you'd want to heated fuel, but in this thing you're not going to want your fuel heated at all. You want it as cool as possible. So we have one more thing real quick. Now on our original K. Kiefer Winters Chevrolet intake, we noticed that usually down here there's something left, you know, there's kind of a shoulder, what have you, to kind of separate the two sides from each other. And we always thought that crane went ahead and just took that right out of there. Well, we've also noticed on this one it's exactly the same way. So a new discovery here. We have actually realized this is a factory cut, basically. I thought it was actually something that crane did. I know they ported and polished the rest of it, but apparently they never touched this. So, interesting fact. And on a side note, it came rattling around inside the package here was this thermostat T. I guess, I don't even know, I'm sure if the thermostat would go in it. No, it looks pretty flat. You know, maybe if it sat in there, I guess. But, yeah, I guess maybe that's the one without the water pump. Which, I'm going to kind of stick with the water pump thing. I don't want to go that route. I mean, if I was worried about a couple extra horsepower, that would be one route, but it's more of a gas and go thing. We don't want to turn it into a nightmare thing any more than what we've already have. Man, it's the simplest task. I came out here today and I thought, you know, I'd get these pieces pulled out, you know, these fittings and a couple of these bolts and such. Then I'd put some aircraft stripper on it, and that way it would just sit for 5 or 6 hours and strip away. And thought, 10 minutes, I'll be done with this. And I've been out here for about an hour and a half now. This guy refuses to come out. I mean, I've done everything I can. I've heated it, I've PV blasted it, I've used pipe wrenches, I've actually put a piece of steel inside of it, which decided to turn around and not actually pull it out. It's been a nightmare. So at the moment, I've got my drill down here, and I've got my little bit on here for doing other more delicate stuff, but at the moment I'm using it to chop out this damn thing because it's coming out, and it's coming out now. Well, that was no easy task, but I seem to be getting better at this stuff, because I tell you, I never touched the threads. Out of all the drilling I did, I never touched the threads, but yet I got it close enough to where this thread literally will overlap that thread. I mean, I didn't break through, but yet, there you go. Happy days. And finally got to put a little aircraft remover. Not really sure about that whole name. What aircraft is it removing? But either way, we've got it spread on. It looks like it's already starting to do its loveliness. And I guess we got about 10 or 15 minutes to wait according to the can, and we'll be able to get this crap off of it and start over again. Lucky enough, I've already done this one. It's silver because I was using it on the Beesmeyer at the time, so just added a little flare to it, but it's going to be black. It needs some tiny little bit of sanding on some corners or cleaning up a little bit here and there, but besides that, it doesn't need to be stripped, that's for sure. The paint's still very solid. This one, on the other hand, was not. It had a lot of chips and stuff was falling off, so get rid of it all and start over again. Really starting to get this stereo system figured out here. It's been a long road. Oh, and here comes another good song. So I'm going to do this real quick. I got number 3 layer on and working away. I'm out here cleaning parts by the twinkling Christmas lights. I gotta say, it's not my first time. It's been a while, but it's not my first time. Let's take it inside and see what it looks like. Okay, we're back inside. It all looks pretty darn good, to be honest, for scrubbing it in the dark. Eat your heart out, Chevy guys. But I'm going to listen to this song, and I'm going to call it a night, because it's already been about 5 hours longer than it should have been. And we'll work on this tomorrow. And that's where you'd input the So let's get So look at damn. Alright, one last try here. So let's get caught up. Okay, we ready? We ready? Nope, we're listening to Judas Priest at the moment. Oh yeah, boys. I'm gonna turn that back on in a second. Okay, here we are, boys and girls. That probably won't work. Let's do that again. Just a quick out. This guy will refuse to come out. Alright, we'll fix the camera. Oh, well, I probably should turn it on. It's damn it, I fucked it up.